Peace, world, peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks, aka the $1 trillion Goddess, baby. I'm back. Late night tip. All right. Technically, it's still October 2nd. Okay. For another 12 minutes. I'm in LA and we late over here, but it is the eve of Diddy's sentencing. I've been meaning to come sooner because there's been a lot going on in the docket. But we're going to talk about it. And then I'm definitely going to be back here in the morning to do the live tweets. We going to court. Where's my bell? Did I bring my bell? Oh, I'm not at my house, y'all. So I'm in my satellite office. But yeah, I brought my bell. So, hey, Faith. Wow, Wayne, thank you for being here. I didn't expect nobody here, child. It's 11:49 p.m., October 2nd, technically, but I know for y'all it's already October 3rd. Happy Friday. Technically, happy Friday. So yeah, I've been meaning to come back because there's been more impact statements, including Cassie's, Mia's, the stylist who is also now suing Diddy. They all testified during the trial and they have submitted letters to the court. Also, Diddy himself has submitted a letter to the court, which I'm actually going to start with Diddy's letter because I can't wait to really see what he's talking about. You didn't want to speak up at your trial, but you want to write a letter before your sentencing. Interesting. Oh, 7:45, 7:50 a.m. Oh, wow. Enjoy your coffee. I probably need some coffee. Hey, Shamina, right? What's going on, mama? Yes. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. I'm just going to leap into Friday, even though it's technically still Thursday. But let's get into what Diddy had to say to the judge. I saw some teasers, some people's headlines about it. Somebody said that it was an insane letter. I actually didn't want to read the letter at first, but I could use a good laugh. All right, I'm going to change the thumbnail and we are going to read Diddy's letter. Okay, let's see. Docket number. Addressed to motion by USA. No. Sentencing submission by Sean Combs. Oh, there's also a video they're gonna play. The defense is gonna play in court. Supposedly, they had submitted a link and they submitted the request, I guess, and the judge. He's probably gonna let it roll. I have that video though. It's on Twitter, so I'm gonna play that. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I think it's like 11 minutes. And that's the thing. The sentencing hearing, he's not gonna just come out and say, "Hey, everybody, all rise, whatever," and he's gonna get this much time. Goodbye. No, it's gonna be a lot of stuff beforehand, people's statements and this and that. It's gonna take some time. But I'm gonna still be there earlier than usual. Okay, let me find this thing. Did I video? Okay, wait a minute now. Oh, so the judge is gonna let him wear regular clothes. Okay, so the judge is gonna that was another thing they were arguing about. And when I came on last time, I said that he wanted to wear it to his acquittal hearing, but it was actually the sentencing he was arguing to wear regular clothes, and it seems the judge has approved that. And it just adds to the intensity around this hearing because a lot of people feel like he's gonna walk right on out those courtroom doors after the hearing. Time served. Thank you so much. Goodbye. A lot of other people, including myself, disagree with that. But him wearing his street clothes, I mean, it's going to be either a pump fake, because I don't even know why he want to set himself up like that. Because what if he does get more time and he has to go back and change back into his jumpsuit? He should have just he should have left that alone. I'd rather just he should have just wore the jumpsuit and then went and changed. If they let him out, went and changed and came out fresh and talked to the press outside the court. Because that's what he's gonna do. Ugh. Okay, let me find this letter. Messing around. Sean Combs addressed to sentencing. Why can't I find this letter all of a sudden? I had the letter earlier. Hold on. Okay, Brian Steele. There's a letter here. I think this is it. Let's hope this one is it, because child, it is too late or early. Okay, so this is actually the letter that is arguing against Mia speaking out. I'm gonna save that. Hold on, let me write this number down. 520. Okay. Hold on, child. Hold on. Submission by Sean Combs. All right, so Brian Steele actually filed these exhibits. Let's see. 16 pages. Let's see. I know. So these are letters. So Gina Hun, I think that's how you pronounce it. She sent another letter. Shamoy Allen. Did they just throw Diddy's letter in with all these people, or hold on? I know it's just too late or early for this, right? But bear with me. Okay. A lot of music executives and people like that filed. Reverend Gary Johnson. Where is this man's letter? Hold on. Oh, I think it just came in today or yesterday. This is a sentencing submission. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I hate when I'm not prepared. Hold on. I want to find this letter. I'm determined to find this letter. I think I found it. Yep. Okay. Okay, it's 4 pages. Y'all still with me? My bad. Okay. Let me come see the comments real quick, and then we'll read this letter. All right, Faye. Faye says she's slightly nervous for the sentencing. Why does he need to wear normal clothes? He doesn't deserve to get out. He's guilty. More letters. Why they're going so hard for Diddy? It's nuts. Yeah, there's a lot of letters. Okay, cool. Appreciate y'all. Okay, thank you for your patience. Let's read this letter. Y'all want to see the letter? Let me take his picture down. Dear Judge Subramanian, I hope this letter finds you well and in good health and spirits. Thank you for the opportunity to express my thoughts to you. First and foremost, I want to apologize and say how sincerely sorry I am for all of the hurt and pain that I caused others by my conduct. I take full responsibility and accountability for my past wrongs. This has been the hardest 2 years of my life. Let me put his picture back up in case somebody just pops in here. And you know what we talking about? We're talking about this is Diddy. I wonder, did Diddy write this? My browser has lost connection to my screen share audio. Okay. That's not good. Okay, hold on. But y'all can hear me, right? I just need to make sure y'all can hear me. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Give me a 1 in the chat and make sure. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. I just got that weird message telling me. Okay, cool. Yeah, it does sound like his apology video. All right. So he's saying that this has been the hardest 2 years of my life, and I have no one to blame for my current reality and situation but myself. In my life, I have made many mistakes, but I am no longer running from them. I am sorry for the hurt that I caused, but I understand that mere words, I'm sorry, will never be good enough, as these words alone can't erase the pain from the past. Over the past 13 months, I have had to look in the mirror like never before. My pain became my teacher. My sadness was my motivator. I have to admit my downfall was rooted in my selfishness. My downfall, huh? The scene and images of me assaulting Cassie play over and over in my head daily. Oh yeah, he mad about it. I literally lost my mind. I was dead wrong for putting my hands on the woman that I loved. I'm sorry for that, and I always will be, and always will be. My domestic violence will always be a heavy burden that I will have to forever carry. The remorse, the sorrow, the regret, the disappointment, the shame. I honestly feel sorry for something that I couldn't forgive someone else for. If they put their hands on one of my daughters, this is why it is so hard for me to forgive myself. It is like a deep wound that leaves an ugly scar. Your Honor, I thought I was providing for Jane concerning her and her child, but after hearing her testimony, I realized that I hurt her. For this, I am deeply sorry. I lost my way. I lost my journey. I got lost in my journey, lost in the drugs and the excess. My downfall was rooted in my selfishness. I have been humbled and broken to my core. Jail is designed to break you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Over the past year, there have been so many times that I wanted to give up. Why didn't you? There have been some days I thought I would be better off dead. The old me died in jail, and a new version of me was reborn. Prison will change you or kill you. I choose to live. And you ain't even in prison yet. You still in jail. But yeah, okay. He continues, every day since my incarceration, as difficult as my circumstances currently are, I have made the best of my time by reading books, writing, working out, or in therapy, obtaining the tools and knowledge to deal with my past drug abuse and anger issues. I have been putting in the work and working diligently to become the best version of myself to ensure that I never make the same mistake again. I realize that I am in a situation where no amount of money, power, or fame can save me. Yeah, he realizes now because he couldn't get bail. He couldn't get the acquittal. I think the judge denied that. or the new trial, whatever. And so, yeah, only God can save me, he says. My grandmother used to teach me that God makes no mistakes and that everything he does is for your good. I believe that a bad situation can be used for good. Although this situation has been the hardest and the darkest time in my life, good things have come out of my incarceration. For starters, I am now sober for the first time in 25 years. Whoa. I've been trying my best to deal with my drug abuse and anger issues and take accountability, as well as positive steps toward healing. One of the most beautiful things I have experienced is being asked by my fellow inmates to teach and mentor them. They wanted to learn what I did to become a successful businessman. If he tells you, he'll have to unalive you. Okay. I was inspired by their hunger and desire to learn information in order to not only set goals, but to achieve any goal, dream that their hearts desire. I started teaching a 6-week program called Free Game, title given by my fellow inmates, which was which I was able to have approved and sanctioned by the Bureau of Prisons. I don't just teach about my success, I also teach about my mistakes and failures. It has truly been a blessing to do something positive in a negative situation. It has been beautiful to see the newfound hope in my fellow inmates' eyes. And let me just say this regarding this class. Okay, so we talked about this class the last live, and from what I remember, that class date was the month of August, like August 1st to like the 31st or something like that, which is not 6 weeks. Also, you've been in there 8 months, I think he said. It's been no, he was arrested last September, so it's been 12, 13 months. And you telling me you did they begged you to do this class, teach this class. They want to know how to get rich, right? And you didn't do nothing until, I guess, till after the trial, because maybe he couldn't focus. Maybe he was too, engage with what was going on with his trial and to do that. Maybe he had to wait until after to do that. I'm trying to give him a benefit of the doubt because it just makes no sense. Sounds to me like you did the class to beef up your letter so you could just say you've done all these things. I taught the inmates, I did this, I did that, because you're being advised to do these things. You were advised to probably get this letter sent out. You're just doing what you feel you need to do to get out. You tried everything else before this. Okay, so he goes on. It has truly been a blessing to do something positive in a negative situation. It has been beautiful to see the newfound hope in my fellow inmates' eyes. The most shocking thing was to see the unity and peace this class has produced. As you are probably aware, jails and prisons are segregated places. However, in our class, we have Black, Spanish, white, and Asian all together in one room, learning and working together. We even have an interpreter for the Spanish-speaking inmates. The biggest miracle that I've seen with this class is all of the gangs such as Bloods, Crips, MS-13s, Trinitarios, and 18th Streets in one room working together. I am also proud to say that since this class started, there have been no fights in our unit. This class has also helped me in time of need and despair. Being able to do something good for others has also given me much needed hope. God bless me with this opportunity to help others, and I will continue to do so. So no fighting. It's been peace, this and that. But I said this before, I'm going to say it again. So now you just basically let us know you lied, or your people lied for you to say you were in danger and you were being threatened. Remember, they were saying that to try to get him out. Now everything is copacetic and always has been. I ask for you for mercy today, not only for my sake, but for the sake of my children. God bless me with 7 beautiful children, 3 sons and 4 daughters. Their names are Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jesse, Delilah, and the newest addition, a 2-year-old daughter, Love. 4 of my children lost their mother, Kim Porter, as she tragically passed away in 2018. I am their only parent. I have failed my children as a father. That's the one true statement that he probably made in here. My father was murdered when I was 3 years old, so he throwing out all the stop shop. So I know firsthand what it is not to have a father. More than anything, I just want the opportunity to return home and be the father that they need and deserve. God also blessed me with the greatest mother in the world. Really, my mother sacrificed her life dreams to provide for me and my younger sister, Keisha. She worked 3 jobs to make sure we had a roof over our heads, clothes on our backs, and the best education. My mother is now 84 years old and she recently had brain surgery. Despite her own health challenges, she attended my trial every day. I have always been her primary caregiver. It breaks my heart that I put myself in this situation, and for the first time, I am unable to be there for my mother when she needs me most. As I write you this letter, I'm scared to death. Oh, scared to spend another second away from my mother and children. I no longer care about the money and fame. Oh, really? There's nothing more important to me than my family. I understand that one factor the court has to consider is deterrence. Deterrence for me and for others to ensure that no one follows in my footsteps and makes the same mistakes. For over a year, I've been locked in one room with 25 other incarcerated people sharing the same one room. In this room that I share, there are no windows. There is no natural clean air. There is no sunlight, and we all live in one room. We eat, sleep, use the toilet, take showers, and prepare for meals all in the same room. The conditions that my actions have placed me are inhumane. I don't tell you this for pity or sympathy. I'm simply sharing my truth and the truth of my fellow incarcerated people. I have no clean drinking water, and we boil our drinking water. We all share one washing machine, which is broken. I am surrounded by drugs. Oh, are you? And you've resisted? And live every day with the constant threat of being stabbed or losing my life. Again, I am not expecting pity or sympathy, but my time at MDC has changed me forever. Prior to jail, and I did I did notice what he just said about being afraid of constantly being under threat and being stabbed or losing his life. And he just literally said it was a freaking peace fest up in there. Which one is it? Prior to being in jail, I took care of and was present for my family. Being in jail and because of my conduct, I lost the ability to care for my mother. I lost the ability to effectively raise and support my children. I have missed my 3 daughters' proms and graduations. I have missed taking one of my daughters to college. I have lost the freedom to teach my 2-year-old how to speak, dance, play, or be there to console her when she falls down or has a nightmare. I started from nothing and worked hard to earn everything I had. But because of my conduct, I have lost all of my businesses. I have lost my career. I lost the charter schools that I started, and I have destroyed my reputation and stained the reputation of those that worked for me. I lost my being present with my family, being between of all of my losses. Okay. Error. Between all of my losses and lessons, I can say for a fact that I will never be in another criminal courtroom again. And I do not believe any other person would do anything similar from fear of similar punishment. So he's speaking for he's speaking for all of Hollywood, all of the regular folks in the world. Because of what he's gone through, it's all going to end today. All the abuse, all the freak offs. If you give me a chance, I would like the opportunity to share my story with people to prevent at least one person from making the mistakes I've made. I can't change the past, but I can change the future. I know that I can change the future. The future hasn't happened yet. I know that God put me here to transform me. Since incarceration, I've gone through a spiritual reset. I'm on a journey that will take time and hard work. I'm proud. He's already thinking of his rebrand already. Watch out, TD Jakes. He's coming for you. I'm proud to say I'm working harder than I ever have before. I'm committed to the journey of remaining a drug-free, non-violent, and peaceful person. I thank God that I'm stronger, wiser, clean, and sober. God makes no mistakes. I realize this trial has received a tremendous amount of global press, and Your Honor may be inclined to make an example out of me. I would ask Your Honor to make me an example of what a person can do if afforded a second chance. If you allow me to go home to my family, I promise I will not let you down and I will make you proud. Today, I humbly ask you for another chance to be a better father, another chance to be a better son, another chance to be a better leader in my community, and another chance to live a better life. I am writing this not to gain any sympathy or pity. This experience is simply the truth of my existence and has changed my life forever, and I will never commit a crime again. No period at the end of that, though. Thank you for your time and consideration, Sean Combs. No Diddy in there nowhere, no love, just Sean Combs. What do y'all think of that letter? Oh, all right, Shamina. I will be here. The replay will be here. I bet he wants to get revenge. He for sure. He already has his list and he's checking it twice. Wow, Wayne said that letter's so phony. Then his apology to the public. Yeah, exactly. Because my thing is, first of all, he's gonna give us this admission that he's been on drugs. He's been an addict for 25 years. He says his children, at least the girls who he said he missed their proms, their graduations, they're not even 25 years old. So that means their whole lives he has been under the influence. I don't even want to bring up Kim Porter. Him bringing up Kim Porter in this letter, he uses her. He weaponizes. I'm gonna use somebody. I forgot who I was listening to. Who was I listening to? But they said it right. That he weaponizes Kim Porter. He weaponizes his children in order to try to protect himself. And like he said, he himself said he is the reason he's in this shithole. He himself. And knowing the situation around Kim Porter's passing and the fact that everybody knows it wasn't a natural death, it wasn't even an illness. Okay, that lady was unalive. We know, right? But the fact that he knows that we know, and then you still put that in that letter, because I guess there's people out there who really are delusional and want to still support. There's people out here still cheering for this man. And I just can't stand it. I can't stand to see people, especially Black people. Oh, you want to bring a Black man down every time, blah, blah, blah. But you have to understand the victims, for the most part, are Black. There's a lot of all these civil suits. You can't discount all these civil suits. Speaking of, did I send this picture? We're going to switch gears for 1 second. Speaking of the civil suits. Yeah, let me put this on the screen real quick from Tony Busby. Okay. I'm a little rusty with the StreamYard since I haven't been going on regularly, But let me put this up because, he's got some more lawsuits happening. I mean, I think some of them have been refiled because, matter of fact, I'm going to read the details too of that. But I think this was on Facebook. All right. So Tony Busby says, in response to the multiple inquiries regarding the status of the Diddy civil litigation, I can report this. We recently beat back yet another effort by the Diddy civil defense team to dismiss one of the cases on file in New York State Court. That case, along with many others, will proceed to trial consistent with the court's schedule and other docket obligations. Today, we filed another group of cases in state court in Los Angeles on behalf of several women who alleged assault at the hands of Sean Combs and his associates. So far, we are pursuing approximately 50 cases filed in both New York and California. There will be many more filed. Along with everyone else concerned, we wait the federal court's ruling regarding sentencing. Our team is proud to lead the civil effort in this important litigation, and we look forward to the opportunity to try these cases to verdict in front of juries. So he has the criminal side of things and he has the civil side of things. He has a team for each side of things. And Tony Busby says he's whooping his civil team's butt. Okay. But let me bring up this on X to back that up. Shout out to the Diddy docket on X. Always on point with the updates. So they let us know that Dijon, I think that's how you pronounce it, Dijon Bledsoe, originally sued as John Doe in New York State under California S. Battery and later amended with his own name. The case was discontinued and now is apparently refiled in California. Okay. There were some more details. Hold on. Okay, there's that video. Okay, so this is a different person. Okay, so then there was that other case. Remember when his son Justin Combs and Cuba Gooding Jr. were also named in the case, as was Young Miami's cousin. This was I believe this is Rodney Jones, right? Yeah, so the producer. So remember when they let us know they couldn't find Justin Combs nor Cuba Gooding Jr. in order to serve them. So then they were dismissed from the case because they weren't able to be served. And like a week later, here's Justin showing up at court every day for his father. They should have just waited and served him coming in or coming out of court. But anyway, it says that so this particular case is still going, okay, despite the fact that Justin and Cuba Gooding Jr. and Young Miami's cousin, it seems, were also failed to get served. So they also got dropped from the case. But the case is still going. I'm trying to find the details. Oh, here it is. Okay, so in the matter of Jones versus Combs, discovery will commence 14 days after Sean Combs' sentencing in USA versus Combs, scheduled for October 3rd. Technically, it's today. Happy Friday. Surviving charges. It says sexual assault, harassment, premises liability, TVPA, trafficking against Combs, and Christina Coram as well, named in the suit. And the suit is still commencing. Okay. Discovery commences 14 days after trial. And I think despite whatever Diddy gets sentenced, whether he goes home, whether he gets a year, whether he gets 2 or 11, like the government wants, he's still going to have to face these civil suits. Okay. He's not going to just get exonerated from all these suits or get him put on pause because he's locked up. That is not how it works. So I need to do a test. I need to know if y'all can hear. I'll use her as an example. Can you guys hear her? I need to test this audio. Oops. And I accidentally exited out the page. Hold on a second. Good job. But did you hear her? Because I need to make sure that audio's working. I got a message saying it stopped working. Let me pull that back up. Hold on. You didn't hear it? Okay, so let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to go out and come back in real quick. Testing 1, 2, and a 3. Okay, let me pull this back up.
The two crimes that Diddy was convicted of, that's transportation of prostitution. But they said that she was still eligible to give a statement under the crime victims law, and the judge agreed. So right now he's dealing with quite a range. The judge has a recommendation of at least 135 months.
Did you hear the audio that time? Okay, good. We back on. Okay, so yeah, here she is talking about the sentencing and what the judge is weighing out and what he has. Let me listen to a few seconds more of this.
From prosecutors. They want, that's 11 years, 3 months, whereas Diddy's lawyers are recommending 14 months, which would release him pretty immediately because of credit for time served. The U.S. Probation Office, which is kind of an unknown entity for some people in these things, but they are considered a neutral entity that makes their own assessment and recommendation. They are recommending 70 to 87 months. So the judge really has all ranges to deal with here.
Right. So the probation, or not probation, but oh, damn. What are the people called? The prison, the sentencing. I can't think of it. And she just said it. Anyway, so of course, the defense, they want him out right away. So 14 months is about the time he's served, by the time this hearing is happening. They want him out right away. The government proposed 11 years. And then the Bureau of Prison people, the prison suggestion from the prison people is 5 to 6 years. And I'm thinking the judge may land closer to that. I think I said 6 years was my prediction when we were live last time. I was asking you guys, how much time do you think he's going to get? I think I said 6. He should get 8. I think he should get 8 years, to be honest. 4 for Jane and 4 for Cassie. But we will see in the morning. I'm coming back early because it's going to be a 10 a.m. hearing East Coast, which is 7 a.m. my time. So I'm going to set up the live after I get off here for 7:30 my time. And pray I get up early, on time. Pray I hear that alarm. No, I'm just kidding. I'm usually up by then anyway. So I wanted to show you guys, this supposedly is the video that the defense wants to show tomorrow in court. It's like 11 minutes. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's going to give us the idea of what they're trying to do here.
What you've given to the world, I don't think you know, man.
When my baby cries.
You gotta give her a bottle then. Know that you mean something to people. Know that you mean something to people. Like you live somewhere in people's heart. My nose fell off! No, my lip fell off! Thank you. You wear it? You inspire, you energize, and you've left that for the rest of the existence of this planet, man.
One thing about great producers is they make you want to do better and be better about what you do. And he made me feel like I could do anything and go anywhere.
From New York. I love New York. I love the city of New York. I love the children of New York. I wanted to do something good. I wanted to get my generation in the hip-hop community behind us. They come through in a big way. And we wanted to raise some money for the children of New York City for health and education. We have a huge education crisis. And, you know, this is just a start. It's something we're going to be committed to. I'm going to be committed to for a lifetime. And it's no better way than taking it to the streets. It's a beautiful city. Running all around the city is going to be painful. It's going to be rough. But, you know, if we get through it, then it'll show kids and everybody else that, you know, finish.
Okay, that's disgusting. And of course, there's a whole PR package for his sentencing hearing. That's what this is. The whole 11 minutes of PR. And he said he lost his career and all that. But that's all he talks about. That's the only thing he has is his career. That's all he ever talks about, and his kids. But let me see. You know, this is all bullshit, man. Why is so much of it about this race and him running and all that? What is this?
Let's go. You know, let's understand what it's going to take to achieve that dream. So instead of talking about the guns or the violence, I was always talking about a better life, places we didn't go before.
I can't. He is guns and violence. He is guns and violence, but yet he pretends to be otherwise. I can't stand him. He makes me sick to my stomach. I cannot stand him. I mean, that goes for everything that hasn't been brought to court. Okay. From Tupac, Biggie, Tupac on up to date. And now we got this bullshit. They're going to play this in court. 11 minutes. And this is a school that got closed down. It's a whole, I did a video about this. I did a live talking about this raggedy school he had. It had great potential, poor kids. But yeah, it turned out to be bullshit. And what is this?
Because you my heart.
Oh,
All right?
okay.
You my heart.
Okay.
May God bless you and keep you happy.
So was all this within the 25-year time frame of him being under the influence the whole time? He's doing all this. If he really wanted to make a good video, he should have made it balanced out to show us the bad too. Like show us, let's see you acting out. And then, you know, so we could see the real you.
A savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get! Yes!
Yeah. You're a savage. Yeah, the video is hella phony. Okay, so now I want to get back over to this letter. Let's see what Cassie had to say real quick. You know who did a letter who ripped him up was the Chef Jordan. Apparently she was set to testify, but the government decided not to bring her up. And that was a mistake, in my opinion. Okay. Ventura. Okay. Trying to find a picture of her without him in it. Okay. So this was submitted September 30th, a couple days ago. Dear Judge Subramanian, I've been in a cycle of thought and then over thought writing this letter to you, and then overthought writing this letter to you. If there is one thing I've learned from this experience, it's that victims and survivors will never be safe. Although I can hope for justice and accountability, I have come to not trust anything. I hope that your decision considers the truths at hand that the jury failed to see. For 4 days in May, while 9 months pregnant with my son, I testified in front of a packed courtroom about the most traumatic and horrifying chapter of my life. I testified from age 19. Sean Combs used violence, threats, substances, and control over my career to trap me in over a decade of abuse. He groomed me into performing repeated sex acts with hired male sex workers during my multi-day freak-offs, which occurred nearly weekly. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up too, when he, with regard to his letter, how he was saying, he's cared for his mother and his family, and he's been a provider and all these things. I mean, the truth of the matter is the man is a provider because he has a lot of money. I mean, it's just really the money. It has nothing to do with him as a person and being there and present for his children and his mother. And the other thing is too about his mother. Did we not remember the friend that lived in the woods in the documentary who told us he lived with him and his mother, when after his dad had passed, Diddy's dad passed away, and that Janice Combs was giving freak offs in the house every weekend, and the kids were running around watching, witnessing it, the whole thing. So he's saying, oh, she had 3 jobs, she did all these things. Your mother put this spirit on you, child. Okay. All right. She said these things were nearly weekly. Okay. And we know that from both her and Jane's testimonies, these things it wasn't just like, a couple hours, not even overnight. Sometimes these things went on for days and days and days. All right. I was forced into lingerie and heels, told exactly how to look, and plied with drugs and alcohol so he could control me like a puppet. These events were degrading and disgusting, leaving me with infections, illnesses, and days of physical and emotional exhaustion before he demanded it all again. Sex acts became my full-time job, used as the only way to stay in his good graces. And people will probably want to say, well, why would you want to stay in his good graces when he's treating you like that? But the truth of the matter is that he groomed her. She wanted a career in music, and that entertainment industry is one like no other. And if you don't have a talent, or if you're not somebody who, I guess you could call it a bug, it's like something, it calls to you. And it's kind of like, you can have this life and do the thing that you love to do and do what you're passionate about. If only you could just get to the right people or right person, and you can change your life and your whole family's life. And, everything's going to be different. And that right person happens to be Diddy. And you think, this is just something I got to go through. This is just what it takes. You got to sacrifice something. Everything good costs something. Some people just won't ever get it, but I get it. She said, I testified that I learned to read Sean Combs' signals, knowing that when he spoke of freak-offs, he was demanding them, and that refusing them meant punishment, losing my car, my phone, or worse. He controlled every part of my livelihood and threatened to destroy my reputation by leaking sex tapes, a threat he repeated often. Remember her mother? Didn't he send one to her parents or something? Or threatened? He threatened to send it. His power over me eroded my independence and sense of self until I felt I had no choice but to submit. When he believed I had wronged him, or was not sufficiently responsive. He also threatened people around me and those close to me, including my family. I regularly worried that displeasing him meant putting my family and friends' safety at risk. I testified how beyond these threats, Sean Combs frequently used violence to get his way. Over the nearly 11 years we were together, Sean Combs would hit me, punch me, stomp on my face, pull my hair, throw my body to the ground and against the wall. The jury saw pictures of bruises on my back from Combs kicking me and saw the deep gash over my eye he caused when he slammed me into a bed frame. The entire courtroom watched actual footage of Combs kicking and beating me as I tried to run away from a freak-off in 2016. People watched this footage dozens of times, seeing my body thrown to the ground, my hands over my head, curled into a fetal position to shield me from the worst blows. This physical violence caused bruises that makeup artists, paid for by Sean Combs, will cover up, as well as permanent scars all over my body. During my time with Combs, I was in a constant state of hypervigilance, as I was always anticipating demands for sex acts or otherwise, fearing retribution for any perceived slight. My descent into substance abuse was directly correlated with his increased control over my body, my money, my freedom, and my free will. I used those drugs to push through the horrifying sex acts he demanded and to numb myself to the physical pain and emotional turmoil I was constantly in. While the defense attorneys at trial suggested that my time with Combs was akin to a great modern love story, nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing about this story is great, modern, or loving. This was a horrific decade of my life stained by abuse, violence, forced sex, and degradation. I spent the last 7 years of my life slowly rebuilding myself, physically getting clean from the drug abuse Sean Combs forced and encouraged, and mentally understanding how to live with a seemingly insurmountable level of trauma. The horrors I endured drove me to have thoughts of suicide, ones I almost followed through on, if not for my family's intervention and urging that I seek professional care. I have been to rehab and have taken part in dozens of types of therapy and modalities to confront, compartmentalize, and cope with the horrific memories of sexual and emotional abuse I endured for nearly 10 years. While what he did to me is always present, I am slowly learning how to live my life free of fear and horrors I endured. And in doing so, I'm fully devoted to my husband and my children. I still have nightmares and flashbacks on a regular, everyday basis, including and continue to require psychological care to cope with my past. My worries that Sean Combs or his associates will come after me and my family is my reality. Yeah, that is a reality. My worries that Sean Combs or his associates will come after me and my family. Yeah, I have in fact moved my family out of the New York area, and am keeping as private as quiet as possible. I possibly can, because I am so scared that if he walks free, his first actions will be swift retribution towards me and others who spoke up about his abuse at trial. As much progress as I have made in recovering from his abuse, I remain very much afraid of what he's capable of and the malice he undoubtedly harbors towards me for having the bravery to tell the truth. His defense attorneys claim he's a changed man and he wants to mentor abusers. I know firsthand what a real mentorship means, and this disgusts me. He's not being truthful. I know who he was to me: the manipulator, the aggressor, the abuser, the trafficker. Ooh, she called him a trafficker. Is who he is as a human. That's who he is, she said. He has no interest in changing or becoming better. He will always be the same cruel, power-hungry, manipulative man that he is. When I came out with my allegations in my civil case, he flatly denied them again and again. It was only after actual video footage corroborated the exact words in my civil complaint that he issued an insincere apology on the internet. Thanks to the footage and my testimony, this is also something he will forever be associated with. For over a decade, Sean Combs made me feel powerless and unimportant. But my experience was real and horrific and deserves to be considered. While the jury did not seem to understand or believe that I engaged in freak-offs because of the force and coercion the defendant used against me. I know that is the truth, and his sentence should reflect the reality of the evidence and my lived experience as a victim. Reliving in detail the events and truths described throughout the trial and this letter causes me tremendous emotional pain. I'm trying with all that I am to move on. I hope that your sentencing decision reflects the strength that it took for victims of Sean Combs to come forward. I hope that your decision considers many lives that Sean Combs upended with his abuse and control. Thank you. I thank you for your time and attention, Cassandra Ventura Fine. So I believe she wrote her letter. And I mean, she might have had somebody edit it or something, but I think that I'm not really. I mean, there's a couple of flaws in the letter. So I feel like she wrote that. It seems sincere. I feel like when you look at his letter and then you look at her letter, I'm going with her. I mean, of course I'm going with her, but I'm thinking the judge is going to weigh these victims' letters against what Sean Bullshit Combs had to say in his letter. Because the judge sat through all that whole trial. He knew what was going on behind the scenes with that jury, because they didn't even address that jury tampering stuff. I mean, some weird things happened with that jury. We cannot deny that. One of them had to get kicked off. One of them admitted somebody had to go to the judge because somebody was texting them, asking them which juror they were. Like, this whole thing has been insane. And I feel like, the judge knows that Diddy getting off from all the charges and the evidence, for him to just get the 2 Mann Acts is crazy. When you really think about it, I'm like, are we going to dismiss Capricorn Clark being kidnapped with the GUN and whatever else he did to her? And then Kid Cudi's, we're going to dismiss all of that, huh? We're going to dismiss Cassie's mother and the extortion. We're going to dismiss the bribery that happened at the hotel for the security tape, the tape of the beating. We're going to just turn our heads to all that evidence. We're really doing that, jury? It's a shame. It's a shame that the judge, initially they came back with a partial verdict, I think they couldn't agree on the RICO. And if the judge would have just accepted that partial verdict, he could have been recharged on that RICO. He could have been recharged. But I do feel like some new criminal charges are going to come his way. I really do. He deserves them. Yeah, Faye, he's done way too much. I agree. Oh, yeah, the guy in the woods, you forgot. Yeah, there were so many people who spoke and have said things, and, we're going to forget these things. But, yeah, shout out to Cassie. Definitely a nightmare for her, for sure. So tomorrow, being that I'm going to come on, I'm thinking that the live tweets are probably going to have some lulls in between. So that's when I will read some of the other letters and things in between, because we're going to need to fill these gaps. I already know. That's why I usually don't come on when the live tweets are happening. I don't come on until hours later. But with this is the sentence. I want to be right there. So with that being said, I'm going to end this live. And I thank you for being here. Shout out to whoever's in the replay, all my folks in the replay. And yep, thank you, Wow Wayne. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm gonna set that up right now. So look for that. When it pops up, when you see it, go in the comments, like the video, click the notify button, and all of that. Let YouTube know that that you care, child. But peace and love. You have a good rest of the night or good rest of the day. Until I see you in a few hours, okay? Thank you, Faye. I appreciate you so much. All right, y'all. Peace.